Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. This is episode 159, and I want to start off by saluting my nut job of the day. Hold on a second. Let's put on our tinfoil hats. Oh, I think I have found my look. I feel like I look like an orderly with this thing on. Okay, the nut job of the day. Give a good big drum roll. Her name is Dr. Sherri Tenpenny. She's out of Ohio, and I've spent 3.5 years in Ohio, and believe me, met some nut jobs there. But I'm just going to read her quote. She says the COVID-19 vaccine has a magnetizing protein in it, and she says, and here's my favorite part of the quote: "You can put a key on their forehead; it sticks." So she combined a plural and a singular. You can put a key on their forehead; it sticks. Let me try. Maybe it's the aluminum foil. Maybe that's why it wouldn't stick. Let me try again. It's not sweat at all, guys. It sticks. I got the vaccine. I'm fucking magnetic now. Jesus Christ. This is a doctor. This is a doctor. And by the way, usually you can kind of find the nutty people when their names rhyme. Not quite a rhyme, but close enough. Sherri Tenpenny. Yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't name or marry a person like named Shelley or Kelly, because you'd be insane, right? Nobody wants to be married. Nobody wants to be called Kelly Corelli or Shelley Corelli. No, I'm gonna keep the. Nah, I guess I don't know. Should I keep it on? I'm not going to. I'll put it up here and see what kind of reflective quality it gives me. I'm going to turn off the screen because it seems to be giving a weird vibe to the video. I'm a weird guy, but still, I'd rather have it lit better. So yeah, that was that was the quote I had to keep up. Yeah, put it on their forehead; it sticks. Anyway, so obviously, there's the real problem. Well, there's a lot of problems here. First one is she's a doctor. What the fuck? You have no evidence. You're just talking shit. And apparently she's a pretty well-known conspiracy theorist. I hadn't heard about her till just now. Uh, the other problem is news, or this was covered by NBC News. I consider NBC in the top 10 of well-respected news organizations. What do you do in NBC? That's the problem with the wealth of information we have now, is that now anybody can get covered. Hey, cover me, man. I want some press. I want some free money. I'll say all kinds of outlandish shit and not even mean it. If it brings me my millions, why not? What do we need to say? I mean, I don't even know what can be said anymore because it's all insane. I don't think I can top anyone out there. I can't top the flat earthers or the QAnon conspiracy theorist. I certainly can't top a doctor who I would assume was kind of pro-vaccinations before all this, but I don't know. And by the way, so I mentioned Ohio having some nut jobs in it. When I moved there back in 1996, right after Dylan and I got married, we lived there for about 3.5 years. Excuse me, itchy. Um, Maybe I am magnetic. Dante was born there, and a couple years later, he was born there in February of '98. And then right at the beginning of 2000, we moved back because Dante was the first grandchild on both sides of our family, each of our families, or as Dr. Tenpenny said, each of our family. But or so we moved back, and Dylan was missing her parents. I was kind of missing my parents, but really, Dante needed to be around his grandparents, and we always told we told both of our sets of parents that we would be back in. It was a 3 to 5 year plan. Although I really liked it. We lived in Cleveland Heights, which is on the east side of the city. It's the more liberal side. It's the more educated side. I'm not being a jerk about it. It's true. All the big universities are over there. Case Western, that's the big one actually. there are universities all over Cleveland, but it's a more white collar side of town, whereas the west side's more conservative, more blue collar. It's just the way Cleveland is. They have a very big west side east side rivalry. Anyway, having said that, when I did move there. My stepdad, who spent some time in Dayton, lived in Dayton for a few years when he was starting his family, and he said, "Man, that place is full of hillbillies." I'm like, really? Ohio? I always thought, it's north. It practically borders Canada. It's across Lake Erie from Canada. You know, I was like, oh yeah. And then I did find out, man, working with guys from the west side, traveling along north and through central Ohio. Yeah, I mean, I saw a barn that had a big old Confederate sign just painted on the top of the barn, the roof of the barn. I was like, Jesus Christ, okay, there are hillbillies here. But I would also talk about, so not just the nut jobbery and the fact that the news covers this stuff that isn't. She should just be floating in the wind and have to reapply for her license, knowing these things are said, but maybe with like a lower level of journalism, like the local newspaper can say, okay, you said these things. Then when she gets up to renew her medical license, and she says these things. Maybe we shouldn't let her have a doctor or a medical license anymore. You would think that most doctors would support vaccines because I'm actually a guy. Because first of all, it makes the medical community money. I assume when you distribute vaccines, that makes you some money. It definitely makes Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson money. I was actually an anti-vaxxer for a while. Not a total anti-vaxxer, but the reason I'm not one anymore is a long story. I'll try to get it done in three minutes and 30 seconds. So when Dante was born, about a year and a half later, right after he got his MMR vaccine, he started displaying signs of autism. His development leveled off. He started flapping his arms. These were things that were not obvious, at least to us, until he was about a year and a half to 2 years old. And we thought it was a hearing problem. And then we figured out, it took us about another year, and we finally got him checked out for autism. Now, you got to remember, this is like 2000, 2001, so autism wasn't nearly on the radar to the level it is now. And when we were looking into research, a doctor named Timothy Wakefield from England had a theory out there that MMR was causing autism, and a lot of people, myself and my wife included, thought, "Wow, sure looks like it." The correlation was that since they combined the mumps, MMR, by the way, is for mumps, measles, rubella, which were separate vaccinations. And then in the 1970s, a lot of people, that especially lower income people, were missing the vaccines because whether they had to travel there or pay their doctor or whatever the issues were, they decided, let's combine the three. And it really is, when you think about it, it's not a great idea. It's like these are being pumped into tiny little 20 to 30 pound bodies. And so autism rates went up at the same time. The MMR, right after the MMR vaccine, I believe it was 1977, 78, it was combined. A fair correlation, and Wakefield went with it. And frankly, I still think they should be split up, by the way. Like I said, these are tiny bodies you're putting these foreign substances into. And also another reason I was anti-vax is because when I was a kid, I think you got 8 by the time you're 18. Smallpox, polio, the big boys, MMR, I think separately though, because I was well vaccinated before 1978. But but now it's like 30. You gotta have a shitload of vaccines. Tetanus was another one. So anyway, sorry, I'm kind of rambling here. But at least I'm not rambling like our fine Dr. Tenpenny. Holy shit. So we decided to vaccinate our children kind of separately. We did, Logan we did more separately. We found ways we could do MMR separately. We made some hard decisions, like, does he really need smallpox? Smallpox is practically eradicated from the planet. Why are we still vaccinated for something that's gone? And I felt the same way about mumps, measles, rubella. Of course, there was a measles outbreak in England a few years ago, and so anti-vaxxers came under attack. I would say I'm a light vaxxer, but hey, I got the vaccine. My kids got the vaccine. The only reason the key stuck to my head is because I'm a sweaty, disgusting Italian. But I guess my journey through vaccines, I only got 30 seconds to finish up, but I would say I'm very neutral on them. But this one, it's a pandemic. It's not like this. I mean, unless you're going to believe all the conspiracy theorists that this was not a pandemic, but 3.5 million people have died from this thing, which is admittedly a small percentage when you look at that we have almost 8 billion people on this planet. However, Do you want to take those chances with your mom, your grandma, or people that are over 70? Wherever you may be on the age demographic, somebody that you can touch most likely can be killed by this. So anyway, I went a little over and I rambled a lot, but maybe I'll do a two-parter, or maybe I'll just do another video on this. But congratulations and thumbs up to our nut job of the day, Dr. Sherri Tenpenny. You don't have my respect, but you got my attention. Now, NBC News, you lost my respect. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.